Hello, dear friends and ONPASSIVE family members. Once again, you are welcome to Insights with Linda Nakamoto, all the way from the United States of America, and of course, myself, Comfort Kunfo. Guys, as we know, those who are also already fans and supporters of this platform know that it's an educative platform for you who are new. So join in this conversation, Insights. We just invite people like the beautiful guests we have today. We listen to their life experiences, we get inspired, and we get a lot of stuff done. We share problems, we share experiences, and of course, in this, we use this opportunity to present a business opportunity that has a solution to any kind of problem that you ever had, be it business, be it financial. If you want to be a humanitarian and you don't have the means or you don't have the time or anything, we have every solution for you. So, guys, stay tuned. If you are new, let us know on the comment section so that we'll pay more attention to you. And our sweet guests, we appreciate you for your patience. We apologize for starting off late. And of course, today in the house, we have a very, very special guest. She is so special that I feel so excited and like emotional just talking about her. So sweet. How we met, guys, during our Worcester presentation, live meeting or live our first face-to-face official meeting here in Worcester. Mama Grace just came up, said, "Hey, Comfort, I watch you every day," and this and all of this stuff. And we had this sweet hug. She is just such a sweet mother. So if you hear me call her Mama Grace, is with her permission. There are no two ways we can do this. So enjoy it if you want to. And of course, when we came back, I was like, oh God, I forgot because I met so many people. She comes back and say, "Where are you?" I'm saying, "I'm here." And we got to get to know Mama Grace more than just that first day. She has gone through stages in her life. She has experienced a lot of things. She has been doing humanitarian activities all the way from her childhood. She copied from her parents. She has been in all types of life situations. She has done just a lot. I can't say it better than she would. So I have the honor, guys, to present to you our sister in the house, Grace Mwaniki. She is originally from Kenya but lives here in the United Kingdom. Mama Grace, you are welcome to Insights.
Oh, thank you, Sister Rain and Dr. Comfort. I'm glad to be here. I feel privileged actually to be here, to be able to share my part of the story.
Right.
And sharing this means how I really appreciate to be here, to be a founder and also a beneficiary of the
Okay.
co-founder.
Right.
So I will start by introducing myself again. My names are Grace Mwaniki, a mother of two. I was raised and brought up in central of Kenya in East Africa. And I really do appreciate being here. I was raised by very strict parents in those remote areas, not anywhere near town, remote areas and mountainous areas called Abadeas, for those maybe who would know where it is. So I really do have come through so much. But first of all, I must admit, I wasn't brought up in a lot of poverty, no. My father was a sub-chief, but a strict one, a humanitarian in his own rights. And that's where my benevolence started. So we were brought up as a working hard family, and we didn't leave out the first of all, the work of my father was to take care of the village. So we learned from him. So that's how I grew up, working
Yeah.
hard, waking at 5 o'clock to milk the cows, to bring the water home from the mountainous hills, and taking care of the people who have no food. We were sent out by my mother or my father, go to so and so, take this food. take the school fees. That's how I grew up.
All right.
And it was beautiful. I used to complain it then, but now I always see. And when I grew up, I really wanted to continue. And also, my mother told us, when you grow up, you realize. Because like Sunday, all Sundays, we used to put a big pot of tea, the boiling the big tea, African pots for everyone who is coming out of the church or who is hungry to pass near our place. So that's
All
how
right.
I started. That's how I started learning how to give and how
Okay.
also to receive. Because,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Mama Grace, we appreciate, and that's very important. I just love the introduction. Before I hand over to Auntie Lynn, she has not said anything yet. Oh my God, keep it. I know you're exploding right now, Auntie Lynn. It's just so sweet. That when you paint that picture of milking the cows in the morning and stuff, it makes like wanting to go back home really quick. That's
yeah.
really just wonderful. We know that you have a lot, and we have time. And our guests are ready for you, Mama Grace. So let's
Yeah,
hear what
okay.
Auntie Lynn wants to say. Auntie Lynn, once again, welcome.
I want to ask about growing up. You said that you had to go and get water. So that means you didn't have running water, like where you turn on the
No,
water and it run.
we didn't have any running water at all. We used to fetch water from the rivers, and it wasn't near. It was about like miles and miles, and you had to go once, twice. That is on Saturdays, 3 times or 4 times to
Wow.
get it, go back, and put it somewhere so that you have the water for the whole week.
Okay, so that's water to drink, water to bathe
Water
with.
to drink, water to shower. No, well, we didn't have showers to
Showers.
wash ourselves, and for the animals, we used to take them to the river.
I get it because I was wondering how you would provide water for a week because we used to go
No,
every day. But then
no,
I think I understand because you had animals. That's the difference
yeah.
with our own generation.
Animals had their own place, and especially the boys who are taking care of that.
All
Yes.
right. Okay. So that said, Mama Grace, you said your parents were charitable and they were philanthropists of their
Yes,
own making, right? So
yes.
you say you copied from your parents because you spent your whole life giving and you learned. I like what you said. You did not
Mhm,
only learn how to give, but you also learned how to receive. So how was
mhm.
it all like? What would you share with people? What did you offer to people? And what do you receive from people?
Especially offering is like when you are, well, I'll give an example of my dad. We had schoolmates or village mates who could not afford school fees.
Mm,
My father used to pay for them first, not us. He would pay for other people, the very poorest. He was a wise man, the very poorest, and therefore he would pay for them first. We would come moan, but we would not moan on his face, because it was like we are children of the chief. Well, not very rich, not the chief, not very rich chief. We would not be expelled fast. So he used to talk to the teachers and tell them, "I'm going to pay for so and so fast. Please let my children be in the class."
mm.
So by receiving, once we are like Saturdays and Sundays, we used to take food to the poorest, because in every community you find there are very, very poor people. But I remember one day we used to pluck coffee. They would come from nowhere, help us to, to pluck coffee for free. We receive back. And it became like a family thing. Give and take, give and take. So we were
Right.
also giving and we are also taking. And them too. It wasn't like there was division. It was a family, like a big community family. It was memorable. It is memorable. Sometimes I remember it and I say, thank you, God.
Wow. So
Mm.
that's really interesting, Auntie Lynn, because
Yeah,
from what she says, image they would trade maybe material things for services, from the other people.
that
I
is
think that
so
was something really.
cool.
Yeah.
That's, when I was a kid, I grew
Mhm,
up in Hawaii, but in the country,
mhm,
my family, we picked coffee and we had macadamia nuts. So it's a very
Mhm.
rural farming life. And
mhm,
in those days, we didn't have to buy everything. It wasn't
mhm.
that way. If somebody was a fisherman, he would bring fish to us. And if we had coffee, we'd give him coffee. So it was like a
Exactly.
bartering thing, but with a
Wow.
lot of love. So I think it's kind of similar to what you're sharing with us, correct?
It's very similar because
Right.
it's even if they were poor, they were farming and they would bring you the most precious or the most beautiful, if it's sweet potatoes or it's
Oh,
yams. You know what I'm saying? Comfortable when I talk
John.
about those
Yes.
yams. That it was beautiful. So we were like a big family, big community, and actually a big village where everything was helping each other.
Oh,
So
yes.
that's
That
how I
Yes.
that's
grew up,
okay.
and I
There's
really
something
appreciate it.
interesting. There's something interesting you told us earlier on. You said you did a lot of stuff, and one of the things you participated in was like taking care of street children, feeding sick children in hospitals, especially lived by parents who were living far, far away in the countryside. So does it
Yes.
mean that these parents would come here, leave the children in the hospital, and go back home, or
No,
how did it all work? Let's know
no,
that.
this happened when I now became mature. I got married and moved out of my father's house, went actually to the city of Kenya.
Right.
And that's why I joined other women whom I hope some are looking at me right now.
Yeah.
So we kind of formed, I don't know, this helping, when you are a helping person, you kind of come together,
Mm,
and it's from the church. We joined from the church, and then we expanded ourselves. Some would go to street children, especially Fridays. I remember I used to have a Nissan car because I was working in the bank, and I would put every Friday. I would put containers of big jars of water, so that by the Friday 5 o'clock, we would go to a place we called St. John's Ambulance Building.
mm-hmm.
The street children knew that we were coming every Friday. We would
Oh.
clean them, we
Oh,
would give porridge,
oh,
and then whatever else we would give. But some of them, people coming were just coming to help because we also have the suburbs there, which still they are poor people, but they also wanted to help. So
Mm-hmm.
some people would, some ladies would find it difficult to come, transport, whatnot. So there were hardships. It
Mm.
wasn't easy, but we
Wow.
managed almost every Friday. Saturdays and Sundays, we would split up. Some would go to the hospital, some would go to spine hospitals to help those, especially the tiny, tiny 6 months children, 6 months, 2 years, whose parents, no, these children had problems, which the local hospital from their parents, it could not cope. So they were like referrals. They were referred to the city. So they could not afford to stay in the city. We didn't know
Oh.
them, but we knew there are children who do not have mothers to come and feed them. So we
Mm-hmm.
used to go Saturdays, Sundays, whenever one is possible. But I was driving. I used to carry like 4 people or 5 people,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes 6. So we used to go feed them, but it wasn't also easy because some of us ladies could not even afford food, but
Mm.
they were still helping. So
Okay.
this was
So,
something,
all right.
something good. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, guys, thank you once again for joining. This is Insight with myself, Comfort Comfort from the UK, and Auntie Lynn,
Mhm.
who is in the United States of America. And of course, our guest of honor tonight is Mama Grace. If you are joining us now, go ahead, share, subscribe, and comment. And if you are listening now, because there are people around the world who just have the burning desire to help, but they don't know where to start from. Some people have time, they don't have money. Others have money, they don't have time. Others lack both.
It's
We
true.
are sharing our stories, what we did, and something is just happening in our lives now that is going to make things even much better. So if you need either time or money or both in order to be able to be empowered, to be equipped to go out and help suffering people, stay tuned, stay here, and check on the channel, any YouTube channel you are watching on, check on the comment section. There's surely a link. You click on it, read more about our company, and if you think that it's the right thing for you to do, then you go ahead and consider joining the business so that as a team, we can heal the world. Guys, thank you once again for joining. Until Lynn.
Yes. So, I think that for Americans, um, we take things for granted in the sense that there are so many support services and there's money to help
Yep.
those in need. Of course, we still have homeless and hungry people. I know we do here in America, but the situation I don't think is as dire in countries where there isn't much support from the government. So I feel like, organizations, people in these countries, they make a huge impact
Mm.
because the government cannot do it all. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you guys? That it's a
Yeah, sure.
different situation. So what
Right.
you and your family and your dad did, was, it's significant. What you did was significant and changed people's lives. Now those little infants, I mean the 6 month old, the 1 year old, 2 year old, where did they live? I guess I'm trying to make sense of it. Where were they living? They didn't have parents to take care of them. Were
Mhm.
they like living under a bridge or in a
No, they
vacated
were
home?
like
Where were
they,
they?
they were like let's say like many miles, like 100 miles or more. But because they have a condition which they cannot be treated around their clinics, around those areas, they have to be referred, and the parents are poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find in most cases that the poorest people in Africa are the majority.
Mm.
But that's how they ended up. The parents would maybe come once a month or in 2 weeks, but they can't afford to be there every day.
Yes. So I
Yeah,
I think I have an idea too, because
you have
what
an
she's saying,
idea.
people live. Yeah, so most of these people, they would come when you are back home in the
Mm,
countryside. You just have
mm,
a tiny health unit, a small clinic which has barely anything. But if
yeah,
you have critical conditions, you need to travel to the city where you would
exactly.
have those equipment and stuff. And
Hmm.
so you need accommodation, you need somewhere to live, you need someone to help you. That is
Yeah.
where Mama Grace and her team now would come in.
Mm,
Does that make sense, Atelin?
That
it
makes sense
does.
now. I get it.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
So,
I'm
Yeah.
trying to wrap my head around it.
so
Yeah.
yeah, Mama Grace, I know that from what you share, you and your team, you did a lot. And I'm
We did a lot.
interested, you said you were a team, you cooperated in a way of putting together transportation money, food, and also you were a team of honest people.
Yes,
However, as much as we think that you did, you said it wasn't easy. So what
it
were
wasn't
some of the
easy.
challenges? What was your source of whatever you were giving to these people, be it food or money? Who are the people who were supporting you and your team?
Literally no one. So what happened is it's like we used to be a group of 10 ladies, but out of those 10, only maybe 3 or 4 are working. So you go back to your pockets, put the petrol, find a few things to go and feed the children, and the other few do like that. So and we also take care of these other people because they don't have transport. Sometimes we give them money because we are not from every in one area. They live this side and another town. So we meet in a central place and then we go. So it wasn't also as much as I was working in the bank, I found sometimes I could not pay my bills. So
No.
it wasn't, but somehow I got the pleasure of feeling that I'm doing a good thing, and getting broke wasn't a problem to me or a stress after doing what I think is good for the community.
Hmm.
Yes.
Can you
Wow.
tell us about your chaplain background? I think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is that okay, Comfort? I was going to
Yes.
ask.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure,
Okay.
definitely. Sure.
Okay. Let me mention back in Africa, I didn't mention I lived in Kenya, then I came back to UK,
Mm-hmm.
United Kingdom. In Kenya, I was a computer instructor in a bank. I was also, well, community charitable woman. We were like going everywhere, and also we had another issue of nutrition. We have, I don't know, Comfort, you know where you come from. Women are so innovative. We had
Right.
some
Yeah.
women also going to teach this other privileged women
Those even, yes.
on nutrition. So
All right.
that is Kenya. So when
Mm-hmm.
I came to UK, that's about 20 years ago, I went into the healthcare industry. I am a professional support worker,
Mm.
but it wasn't enough for me. You know, as a professional support worker, you learn almost everything with NVQ3, those who know and then here, I thought, no, this is not enough. I took 2 years, me and a friend of mine called Deborah, we went for a course as a champlain. And this course, it wasn't just about religion. You know, champlain, you can be a Muslim, you can be a Hebrew, you can be a Christian. So we went for this course literally so that we can be able to serve where we are. That is United Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
The street also, this is also street and it's difficult. We have to be connected with certain people or to feed the ladies who are lonely, who have nobody to take them food. So you have to connect sometimes even through police.
All
But
right.
again, being in UK is also not easy using your own money. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it comes and you find, oh, I can't do it this time. So I think we are going somewhere when I remember I am in ONPASSIVE. I'm
Right.
a founder. It's such a great pleasure. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I remember when I joined, I even wrote an email. I'll look for it. It was 2019, January, February, because
Wow.
I didn't doubt. I didn't doubt at all. I wrote a letter to our CEO, Ash Mufare. I'll look for it. It's like a souvenir.
Mm.
I felt so good that I can do now what I want to do, what I have always wanted to do. Actually,
Oh
I
my
even
God.
tried. I'll get this email somehow.
Yes. I
So
think
that's
Mama
how,
Grace is.
That's how the championship is coming. You are taught
Yeah.
about the drugs, street drugs, and all that, which I cannot talk about here.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Sure. We're respectful of data
Yes.
of data protection enough. So I think we can't
Yeah.
go deep into that. So
Yes.
you said a few interesting things and have I think at least two questions on follow up if Lynn will let me.
Yes.
Um, the very first thing I was going to ask because you did just a lot, and then
Mhm.
I just want to take a step back home first because it's interesting. This platform we adore, we have empowerment right deep down our hearts, and Celine
Mhm.
knows that. So you also had to do with young talented boys. How did you exploit their
Yes.
talent, or were you able to at least empower some to be able to do
Yeah.
something to fend for themselves?
This was through the church.
Ah, okay.
This was through the church, and this content. I used to take them everywhere. Sports, of which I didn't say I have got two children. One were very sportish also. Through that time, I introduced them. They were less than teenagers. Also, the musicians, and I used to take them everywhere. But as the days have gone on, well, we are in a new generation, digital. I have other ideas, at least to introduce these teenagers to give. First of all, I'll go back.
Hmm,
We are gifted where I come from, and I'm sure it's everywhere. It's in India. We have very innovative young people,
hmm,
and especially with the computers,
Mm.
with online business, with everything. This is where I'm thinking, no, this is my area again. I'll go back to it now with ONPASSIVE. And thank you so much, Ash, for your humanitarian and compassionate
oh
deeds.
yes, definitely. You definitely will go there. Actually, Lynn and myself will give you room to talk about unboxing because that's why we are here. So, guys, if
Mhm.
you are joining us and you are new to this platform, we don't
Yeah.
take pleasure in people coming here and sharing their private lives. They just share to inspire us that even with nothing, you can do something,
Mhm.
right? There's a songwriter who says, "Little is much when Christ is in it." I'm not trying to preach here, but it's just that is anything that comes from your heart. It doesn't need to be much, it just needs to be that love. But we've
Mhm.
got a solution. If you have a passion for helping people and
Mhm.
you are limited, be it financial wise or time wise, we have the total solution here. That's why Mama Grace is sharing, and of course, she is going to take us into the heartbeat of it, how things are evolving from whenever she's growing up till today. And before we leave here, you are definitely going to want to make a decision to join this team, and let's go ahead and put smiles on miserable faces. Check on the comment section. There are links to our business website. And equally, who is watching here, if anybody shares this video with you, go back to that person because they will definitely want to tell you more about our business. So, guys, go ahead, share, and help people show them how what we have and help them become part of our team. Until Lynn,
Yes, that's true. You know, OnPassive is going to change the world as we know it. It's truly a global reset, as one of our participants here said today. And even though not everyone realizes it, to me, soon they will realize it. And Mama Grace, what are you going to do when it becomes available to you? When we have the products and the services, how is it going to change what you have been doing till now? I know you've done a lot and your family as well. But
right?
now with OnPassive, how does it change the picture for you?
First of all, I have to say I'm so excited to be a no founder. Whatever, whatever I'll get, whatever proceeds comes from O founder when we start, it doesn't matter how big it is. It's not as it's coming from my pocket. So I'll be able to expand and do whatever I have always wished to do. right now I have connected even those women. Some are in all founders in back home. So we are going to do exploits. Secondly, all bless. All bless is just a blessing. It will help a lot of people. This is for those who do not know, maybe those who are near here. All bless is one product of ONPASSIVE. And this is a platform where it will be very helpful to get some money and to help other people anywhere. I don't necessarily mean Africa or anywhere in the world. And I'll give an example. I have a family I saw through World Vision in Zambia. Up to now, I'm helping them. I don't have money, but I always make sure that 40 pounds or 50 pounds is there for them every month. So what will all breasts do? Like now, if I put that family, or I said, let's help them through all breasts, there will be breasts. They live in a shanty or a bad house where when it rains is so bad. But at least I have managed to take the two children, and especially one called like me, Gracie, to school from Zambia. This is not from Kenya. So all blessed is a blessing for everybody. There's a lot you can learn what to do from by all blessed.
So are you saying that now with Obless and on passive that you can do so much more? Not
So
that you haven't
much
done
more.
enough, but you've done a lot. So
All my dreams come true.
and
Because I
go ahead.
remember when I came here, the circumstances which made me come here, I can't mention. I just asked God, why? Why? I love helping people. Why? Because once you come here, you kind of contain yourself. You don't know what to do, and this one and this one. By the time you get through the cultural shock, you have wasted a number of years. All of us know who have been foreigners. So I loved helping back home. And with ONPASSIVE, with my group who are still there, God bless them, we will do exploit. We will do exploit. Because there is another lady, Susan, if you are listening, she's in Kenya. When she was here, we also used to help girls. I don't know whether you know about FGM. We used to help them because her company was registered and we used to help them. So we would do a lot.
Oh, you're muted.
Am I?
Oh no,
It's
no, Comfort.
mine. It's me. It's
Comfort was
me.
muted.
Okay.
I heard her
I'm
mom's
really
voice.
sorry. Yes, I
It's
think
okay.
we need to plan about FGM. We need a team of people from whom we share from the original experience because people need to know this because this is something we need to work on. On passive is just here
Yeah,
for those type
because,
of people. So
yeah,
let's we need to do something about that. But until
yeah,
then, while we are sharing, like I said earlier on, guys, you watching us, especially if you are new on this platform, we share because of what we're talking about now. We share the experiences like Mama Grace has shared hers, so that we said, even though I just love the way she puts it, like she said, I don't have money, but she has been helping all her life. So, guys, it's not about money, it's about the heart. She shares the love and it goes a long way, right? So,
yeah.
we just want to let you know that she's just excited and she was getting like emotional when she thinks of the fact that oh bless is here and it's going to take her to places, right? It's going
Mm,
to broaden your horizon and you will do like crazy stuff.
mm,
Ash does crazy stuff anyway. So I'm just happy that the type of people that are joining on passive, because quite a few of them people have passed through this platform. You can read from people's voices, from their eyes as they look into yours, from what they say, that there is this genuineness, So, however, this team was put together in front of us, only God knows. I would believe that if everybody does what they promised through us on this platform, believe me, the story of the earth of the world would really be retold. The history will be rewritten, So, Angeline, I don't know what you think about this. We need to let people know there is all blessed. It's a blessing both to you because blessed is the hand that giveth, right? So I think it's just it feels really good, Angeline. I don't know whether what I'm saying makes any sense to you, but yeah.
I thought we would talk about the when you give, what you get in return. Not necessarily money, right? When you give money, you don't get money back. When you give food or you give love to someone, what do you get in return? And I think Mama Grace could probably share what she gets from giving. What are the
Hmm.
blessings that you get from giving, Grace?
Well, like Comfort has said, you have to be a giver. You have to have that heart. And like I said, when I came here, I was so disappointed because I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I was depressed, kind of. Because I could not do what I wanted to do. So it's part of me to feel like, what would I call it? Satisfaction.
Satisfaction?
And also, when you remember, um, you are just privileged to be where you are or where I am. Whoever is out there really going in without food or sleeping in the street or going without school fees and is a very bright children, and you're there maybe buying clothes and you're not even helping an inch, that would eat me to the maximum. I don't know about other people. We all have priorities. I feel good if I have helped somebody and then I can also eat.
Yeah.
It's loving your
Right,
neighbor.
right. I know
And
there's that piece. Yeah,
that's right. We
right.
have our CEO who is let me come up. He's a very, very, very intelligent idea. So we should all run and those who are, well, it's kind of a calling and help. Because why would you want like 4 cars if people are dying? Like now in my country, there's a lot of hunger in northern Kenya. If I had that money, I would do exploits. We would do
Wow.
exploit. And that is, I think, the one gift of living, and that's why we live. You don't
All
live
right.
just for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Hmm. Exactly. I think that is just re-echoing the
Yes. Yeah.
CEO's mind and heart and his mantra and so on. It's not about you and myself. It's about
Exactly.
those who are in need. So you told Auntie and myself earlier on. You made us understand that you have also been active in the educational section, right? You've been a teacher, I think. So
Yeah.
what do
My
you think?
past,
Apart from all blessed, what
when like that, I'm what they call jack of all trades.
exactly
I
that?
started by teaching,
Yeah.
then a
You,
banker, then I
yes,
was in the field of charity. When I got married, I expanded whatever I could do.
right.
Well, I am kind of a woman. I want to improve myself all the time. I
Oh,
went
this.
into computers. I got a computer diploma, and the bank employed me like a computer instructor. Those days when the computers started coming in, 1995s, and the computers were using the old operating system. That's when I started my teaching other people in the. So
All right.
all the same, I think about the computers these days and what people can do. And I have two people, two of my children whom I think would be very useful if they don't go to the office and they are helping other people. But as you know, with the young people, they need their salary. I think they can do exploits also. So
Right.
it's reaching out, even those people who would be not be reached out as young people, they will go to the academy and maybe, as I said earlier, they are so innovative. They're innovating things which
Mhm.
sometimes we cannot even explain. They would put their product, their brand in the academy. They would do things and then trainings. Like I want to mention this one, comfort, because you're going to learn Swahili, because the UN has the African countries are going to learn Swahili.
Mm-hmm.
Young people have already started in their own small ways, but it's not coming out to teach other people Swahili. So
Right.
Open will be there for them. Artists will be there. Programmers will be there. They are so innovative. I think there was a program in TED, the
Yeah.
TED program. They compared, like, I'm not just talking about my country because India is there, any other country is there. They compared Kenya and Sweden. Is it Sweden? Yeah. We are quite ahead with their technology. But the kids, even getting a laptop, even getting internet, even getting, paying for those, they can get it, but the money issue is the
Mm.
problem. Imagine what these young people can do. That's where all academy is coming. You don't have
Mm.
even to tell them what they want. They know. They'll go in there, and those who want to be trained, they'll be trained. It's going to be so important, so such a blessing also,
Mm.
because all academy will be like it will make those the young people who are so jobless. We have got so many jobless young people. I'm trying to choose my words. That's why sometimes I don't want.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mama Grace.
they are jobless, many. So
Mama
this will
Grace.
be of great help.
Right. I
Yeah.
know, yeah. You just took it. I think you read my mind because I was going to ask what difference academy was going to bring, but of course you were ready for it and you did it even before we came asking. However, there
Mm.
was something very important, I believe you remember, which you mentioned, which I think you need to share really quick, right? One of
Yeah.
the things that you did, interestingly, was rescuing or being there for young children giving out for marriage to old people and stuff like that.
Well,
What did you
yeah.
do? How much help did you offer these children? Did you bring them back home, or what did you do?
Oh, that lady is
Maybe you want to paint the situation first. Tell us how it all happens and then what you
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Because I don't know about that too much. So
Yeah.
go. How does that even happen? How do these
okay.
young girls marry old men? I want to know about that.
Right.
Well, this is kind of that one of the homes is still there. One lady, oh dear, she is still keeping that house for those young girls. The
Mm.
lady is called Mrs. Godenji. She won't mind me mentioning her name. So the mothers of the children knew Mrs. Godenji. And if you are a mother and your child has been married off at 13 years, that's not good for you. So some of these mothers used to come to us with the same group. That's why we used to do so many things. And some of us would, with the cars, would make arrangements and snatch these children. I'm sorry to say,
Oh,
but
I
having
know.
said that, the government has really improved on this. It's
Okay.
been made illegal, but coming from Africa and wherever else, these things are still there. And we still have
Mm-hmm.
to work where we can. The government made it a rule. You're not supposed to marry these young girls, but it still happens in a smaller way. But there are other things we can help early pregnancies and whatever.
Okay, so somebody comes and snatches the the young girls from their families. They snatch them and steal them, sort of that way.
No,
No.
what happened is some of the dads would get marry them off as young as they are,
Okay,
or
and they
some of the families would
okay, and
marry
they.
them off.
So why do they do that? Do they get money for their daughter that they
Wow, they
raise up?
get what we call dowry,
Uh huh.
but this is a cultural kind of. They wouldn't say like they were doing the wrong thing, but it's the wrong thing.
Oh,
So this is
okay, I get it.
now the government has taken over. It stopped, but
They they
it's still
stopped it.
there
Okay.
behind the doors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Auntie
those
Lynn.
days we worked hard. We worked
Yeah.
hard. We did
All
it,
right.
Okay, good, good.
but
So
the
I really.
church also helped.
all right. So
Yeah.
now that you're saying that the girls get married to older men, then what do
Mhm.
you do to help those girls? What
Well, the
specifically do you do?
girls would, the you know, like the what would I call those homes in the would go to the homes of refuge and stay there.
Mm.
Like with that one lady I mentioned, whom I'm so happy that I'll be there for her, turned her house for young girls. And we got machines. They were active. They could run a lot of things. I remember those days. I used even to train them on those small computers, compact computers. That we didn't have laptops then. And also, there are also those victims of early pregnancy. She used her mission or her ministry was just to take those girls. There's so much we can do around helping children get out of poverty, get out of problems like that, abusive homes, because marrying off your child at 13 or 14 is abusive.
Oh, Jesus,
Mhm.
that's sad. So,
Yeah.
Auntie Lynn, this is really touching, and I get because I do watch a lot of stuff. We don't. This is a common thing. It's mostly predominant in East Africa because they do this in exchange for cattle and animals and things like that.
Yeah.
That is the dowry. Like you get
Yeah.
cows
Or
and,
money.
and animals. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
what they give out these children
Cows
out
and
for.
goats, but these days they turn it to money.
All
They
right.
turn
Yes.
it to money.
So
They say
what
this amount of money is one goat.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm. So you
Okay.
Sorry.
can have like 10 goats for dowry,
Yes. So
even
I have a
when poor
question.
lady.
What can we do to mitigate this, like to stop it or at least moderate it from happening, to reduce the rate at which it's happening? Do you think education of the communities can help? Like tell
Mhm.
people why they should let these children grow up on things like that and educate parents, because I know that if you educate your child, they go to school, they'll still get jobs and buy you these animals. Do you think that education can help? Or what do you think?
Education is already there. Like we have got, thanks to the women, we have got very active groups who go and even demonstrate. That's why
Mm.
the government came in. What I think now people like me can do is go through this group and help them because they know how to do it now even better. But they need resources, they need finances.
Hmm.
Mm.
They even need probably like building a school
Mm.
or a home where these girls can be active and be put in schools. There's a lot, even from we can get professional advice and
Mm.
see. Yeah, because those things are still there, not as much as those days, but they are still there minimal. Young girls, very young girls getting pregnant, leaving school.
Mhm.
It's massive. The problems are massive.
Mm.
So,
Oh,
as you know, Comfort mentioned that education, having an education that may be one of the answers to this huge problem,
Yes.
because people are used to doing what they've always done for generations. And
Mm-hmm.
mm.
unless they get new information or different information, they
Mm-hmm.
will just do what they've always done. I mean, that we are creatures of habit, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
not as if they intend to do anything bad, but this is all they know. So
Mm-hmm.
we
That's all
want
they
to
know.
talk, right? We want to talk about academy because we feel that academy may have a huge place in solving some of these challenges that we see worldwide.
Yes.
Academy.
Oh, yes. Academy, especially at the costing of it, will help so many people. Academy will even help those, like the lady I have just mentioned, who opened her big house to the girls or to, to the early pregnancy people.
Mhm,
Academy will connect these girls to where they can learn a lot.
mhm.
Even the youth I mentioned there earlier, Academy, they can put their innovatives there and even improve more. So I think we are blessed to have the on-passive products. These products are good, excellent, amazing, awesome. Name it.
Exactly, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. And then
Yeah. So
how about Grace, Mama Grace, how about how Academy would help someone living in a remote village in a country in Africa, for example? How does Obless, I mean
I
Academy help if
I
you're
think
living way far away from schools and stuff?
well the goodness of the internet is everywhere. They are like in my country, they are what they call bundles. They can buy bundles if it's like those kids are in a home, or you can help them in a building. You buy those bundles in those, even if you're in a remote area, they can learn. Some of the privileged children, even in those schools, private schools, they have laptops. But then there's a majority of those poor ones. They can be gathered together and helped through academy and connected to the world.
right.
And breasts also.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in a massive way. It's going to be in a massive way, and
Right.
this is everywhere in India, South America, North America, anywhere in the world where
Mm-hmm.
those kind of people, the most disadvantaged, it's not their fault.
Mm-hmm.
But if we
Yes,
Right.
are there, academy will make a big, big difference.
yes,
On passive will make a big, big difference.
definitely.
So
Unexpected,
Mama Grace,
unexpected. Because I'm almost in my retirement age and I feel like I'm just starting.
I know I was going. I think you read my mind because I was going to tell you that life is just about to begin. With Unpassive, your life is just about to
Exactly.
begin. Right.
Yes.
So let's have a quick look at this. You are a professional support worker in the UK. You've been here for about 2 decades. You've been doing stuff. You've trained. You've got certification in chaplaincy and stuff. Right.
Yes.
We have
Mm.
talked more than enough about home. home is where we originally come from, but this is home. And as far
Mhm.
as Ash is concerned, home is anywhere around the world, especially
Yeah.
like where we are now. So what do
Mhm.
you have in mind because you have seen everything that you need to see and know in your profession as a support worker? How do you think or how do you intend to support or to how is this unpassive going to take your activity, your services to the people in this country to another level? I hope I'm making sense.
First of all, I would mention the church I go to, or the centers we go to, whether it's clubs or anywhere, we cook every Sunday for the homeless.
Hmm.
I know what we need. We can add more and invite more people because we can't accommodate everyone. I know during the wet season, like sometimes I just go, you are walking and you find somebody on the street where you don't give them money. You, I talk to them and you find it's not, some of them, it's not their fault.
Hmm.
It's not their fault that they are there. And also, the other field is for elderly people. Elderly people have are lonely. Some need to be visited, to be encouraged to eat. There are so many areas. And for the chaplain say, you take yourself to the street through the right ways, in a safe ways. And then you follow up the families. And we need the resources also to do such. There are so many areas, so
Right.
many. Yeah, here in
Exactly.
UK.
Yeah, I
Children,
think yeah, it's just like the Bible would say, fields are wide and harvests are waiting. So we are
yes.
just here putting harvesters together because we need to go harvesting the moment things start happening. Is that right? Until
Mm,
Definitely, definitely. You know,
definitely.
and we want to go to our participants today. They have had such really, really good comments, and we want to acknowledge their participation today because when we do our show, we want to make sure we include everyone. So we are hearing lots of great ideas in the group today. And so I wanted to share a couple of them.
yes,
So let's
please.
talk about, let's say, let's go to Winnie. Winnie in Rwanda says, exactly. On ground group facilities are helping in mass mobilization. And education is a tremendous act, as even the whole community needs that awareness. A young girl not educated, she is easily victimized. Now, I thought that was a really good point. You
Mhm.
know, uh,
Yes.
Yeah,
without that knowledge, knowledge is power, and without
yeah.
that, you're an
Mhm.
easy victim.
Yeah, Auntie Lynn, before you read the next comment, can I quick just say some acknowledge Winifred, guys? Whoever
Please.
is watching Winifred, she's just a power woman. She's doing a great job with her Anita in Rwanda. So check on them out. Check out them on Facebook and everywhere and see what they are doing. They are just wonderful. And they say like Mama Grace, we don't have money, but they do a lot. So it begins from the heart. Thank you once again, Sister Winnie.
Thank you. And let's go on now to Gina Leva. And Gina Leva says, Academy will empower and broaden true knowledge for all ages, walks, genders, races, and faiths. It will transform the world.
Yeah, yes.
Feel free to
Oh,
chime in after I read these, Comfort and Grace, all right?
sure, sure.
Anytime. Now let's go on to Linda Chiappetta, who says, everyone deserves the basic necessities. Once your family is taken care of, ask yourself, who can I reach out
Mm.
to and help? Over 1 million founders reaching out will make a big impact. So maybe we can talk about the basic right to have necessities such as food, shelter, clothing, and safety. Is that really a basic right that we have? Is it a
It,
universal right?
I would say indeed yes, because you remember when Oblast was presented in Dubai, when we had the extravaganza in Dubai. I had to say this because I say this all the time. It's a basic right. You know what our children in this part of the world do, right? Your daughter or your son opens the fridge and say, all of the yogurts that you have in this fridge, none of the flavors there suits my taste now. So he's like, you need to go shopping yogurt when there's yogurt in the fridge. But there's another child that age somewhere who doesn't have a roof over their head and who doesn't have maybe have never tasted yogurt. It's heartbreaking. And there are times we ask why. It's unfair, you know. So the sweetness here is that yes, of course, it's a basic right. Everybody has got a right. Every child has got a right to at least a cup of yogurt every day, and a roof on their head and shoes on their feet. They don't have them. It's not like the world is poor. That is why we understand even the CEO, Mr. Ash Mufare, when he says he's just here to correct the corruption, right? Because people take all of this, amass the wealth, put to themselves, and make history, right? But he's like, I don't need this. And if you are joining me, you are just being a team player, a team member, so that we cause this ripple effect and spread it until it gets to the ends of the earth. So you can't imagine. We may just make a program, a project of getting every child take a yogurt. That's something. I don't know, Auntie what I'm making sense, but it means just everything to me. Because there are times you ask yourself questions, right? When you see people dumping food and stuff, other children don't even have at all. This is a basic right that everybody should enjoy it. So if the opportunity is here, guys, especially you who don't know what we are talking about, ask a question in the comment section. Click a link on any YouTube channel you're watching on. Ask questions. Go to whoever shares this video with you. Let them explain more to you and share that link with you so that you can read and ask more questions and become part of this team. We are ready to go change the world.
Very good, very good. Now, there's a good question, in the chat. Someone, Patricia Thompson asks, is there internet connection in those areas? And if so, maybe we can supply the students with laptops or tablets. So is internet connection a big challenge in certain areas?
I think Mama Grace said something. Let her repeat. She said something about this internet thing. I think she's got something to say.
Please, Mama Grace.
Yes, there is internet which can reach even in those remote areas. Even we still have a lot of like slums where the internet is. Especially we have got the biggest slum in Africa, and every country has a slum. So I think for the areas we should go, and those remote areas they buy the internet reaches there. Well, there are times when it is not very clear or connected, but we have some private schools in those remote areas for the rich parents, and they have internet. So why not the poor people? Rabbits can be very, very, they are needed. And we would really be very grateful.
Auntie Lynn, to add to what
Yes.
To add to what Mama Grace is saying, right? There's the internet platform, like she's saying, people may get it even like retail or somehow, but there is internet, like she says rightly, and that this goes together with electricity. One good thing is that solar energy is being introduced back home, and many people are getting to it. There's one time I interviewed one of our sisters. I think we need to bring her here, Auntie Lynn. Let's work on that because she has a lot to say too. She's from South Africa. I was like, these things are coming and we are excited. How are our people down the village? Because that's where my heart lies, like Mama Grace is, right? It's not about those in the city, right? So how are they going to benefit from academy, no electricity and stuff? She asked me like, comfort, what if we build an academy city or an internet city down the village, just so that every child can have this done? So it's doable. Everything is just about money. Get good all the pools and so on and erect them out there. And I think it can be done. It's doable.
Yeah, right. And I do think that once people come into OnPassive, that their internet connection will be at the speed of OnPassive's internet. You know what I'm saying? So through
Mm,
that VPN that Mr. Ashmafara shared with us, that we will have the benefit of the greater speed of the internet,
mhm.
even though in our local area it might be really bad and poor. So that's I'm looking forward to that because that's really going to give access to everyone. So that's
Right.
exciting to me. Hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, Mama Grace, I know this is interesting, and you can read from the comments. Auntie Lynn, do you realize that Mama Grace has the highest of all the comments? This is about our sixth episode. She's got the highest comments, and they are also sweet, so encouraging. We need to go through. I think through this comment, we'll do about 4 different more shows because a lot is dropping on those comments, and we need to read through all of them. Thank you
This is
all, guys. Whoever is joining us,
amazing.
we
Yeah.
are just here. We are all a team. It's not about Lynn and myself. It's about all of us here because 3 of us, it can really be boring. We are just making it because we're doing it as a team. This is see who is here. Marty. Hi. So
Martin
guys, keep
Ricardo is
on.
here.
Oh, Mama Grace we lost her. Oh God, I hope she comes back.
Oh, yeah. She'll
Okay. So
come back.
while we hope that she comes back, Auntie Lynn, would you like to introduce the opportunity to people joining us for the first time? Tell them where they can start from, what they can do to be part of this movement we are in.
Yes, become part of this global movement called Unpassive. To get more information, you go to the website unpassive.com. It'll show you the basic digital products that we have. And that's a good place to just understand that Unpassive is not just any old company. No, Unpassive is a IT company. It's an information technology company which has digital products and much, much more coming soon.
Right.
And through this opportunity, everyone, now read my lips, I said, everyone will be successful. There is no other company on earth that can actually guarantee your success. That's what's special about
Right.
OnPassive. This is a unique business model. Am I right, Comfort? What, tell us
Yep.
about that business model. Go for it, Comfort.
Oh yeah, sure, guys. Because we if you listen to, I hope it's Warren Buffett who says, if you don't look for a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die, guys. Know that this is that only genuine platform where you can truly, like, literally make money while you sleep because it's all done for you. You don't get to do anything. Whatever you do, like Lynn and myself are doing it because we share the vision and we are just here to share the love. We are here to let you understand, you who don't yet know that this thing is happening. We don't have to do what we are doing now. But the passion is here because our hearts go to people who are suffering. It will let you know about this and you're motivated and you join the team. It's going to be just wonderful. And of course, we will change the world because on passive, you don't get to recruit, you don't build teams because Mr. Ashmufare, who is the CEO, and his team, they do everything for you because they are built from scratch with artificial intelligence. So they go to work while you sleep. They do the campaign, the marketing campaign, they do the advertisements, they do all of those things, they close the sales, and all you get is whatever comes into your wallet. So Mr. Ashmufare says he will fill your tank until it is overflowing. So those crumbs on the floor, Mr. Al is interested in those. What would you do with the leftovers that fell off your cup and lying on the floor? That is when we are going down the villages to build the internet city, to go out there to empower these young girls, the teenagers, and prevent them from being given over to old men for marriage and stuff. There's just things. So if your heart ever tells you you have that burning desire to help in any way, and you lack time, you lack money, this is the place. You have all the time, you have all the apples, all the however you want to call it, and all you are left with is go around the world and just dish it out and make people smile.
And what better company to be in? A company that is not driven by money and profits. No, no, no. Ashmafara is not trying to get any richer than he is. He's already a very wealthy man in terms of money. But more than
Right.
wealthy in money, this man is wealthy in his soul. He is a true humanitarian. And did you know that he has our interests in mind, not his? So when you come into Unpassive, know that he's intending to make sure that all of us who see his vision are going to have freedom. And what kind of freedom is it? Is it only financial freedom? No, it is time freedom as well. How many of you know people who have financial freedom, but they're tied to their jobs, they're tied to
Right.
their businesses, they work long hours and they don't really have that time to do the things that matter to them, like spend time with their family, help charities, travel the world. They don't have that luxury. But when you come into Unpassive, you will have that freedom, time freedom, and it's just a given. We're going to have that money, that financial
Right.
freedom. Isn't that right, Comfort?
Yeah, exactly. And guys, for your information, it has just flashed on my screen. Mama Grace just lost her connection. So if we don't get her again, I think she has fed us with more than enough information.
But
Hopefully, oh, she's here. Welcome
yeah,
back, Mama Grace. Well,
yeah, the
yes,
connection. I don't know how it went.
right.
Yes,
So,
some of those
Angeline,
things.
I want us to, if you permit me, we did not agree on this, but at times I do crazy stuff because Mr. Ajmupare equally does crazy stuff. If it's not crazy, he doesn't do it anyway. So, if we want to use this opportunity, because Mama Grace mentioned severally that some of her friends and co that they've been working together, apparently they are watching her from home. Can we give you the privilege to say one or two words? Tell people about this opportunity in Swahili. We'll give you up to a minute to do that. This helps. Go for it, Mama Grace. They are listening, believe me.
Oh, in Swahili.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Oh, Jaboni wa mama, ni furaha tele kumwambia ONPASSIVE is here. Tuko pamoja na tutaendelea kufanya ile kazi tulikuwa tunafanya kwa nguvu zaidi kwa ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE itatupeleka mbele na juu zaidi. Do you want me to repeat in English?
It's all right. You can just say one thing because we are just giving, our guests have been waiting for 1 hour,
Yes.
13 minutes now. We don't want to keep them so long so that next time they would like to come again. So if you have one final word, anything that's still burning your heart, spill it out before we close. Thank you.
Okay, what I would like to tell whoever is here for the first time or whoever is thinking to come to ONPASSIVE, come in the way I came in. By the way, nobody introduced me. I got an email and I got it. Come in, learn later. Because I got the picture and I got excited. And we are, as a team, wherever you are, or a lone worker, will do exploits. This is a big thing in the world. It will change the world. That's all I can say. And
all
to
right.
Mr. Mufare, God bless you so much.
Right. We cannot right. We can't thank him enough. And I'm rushing to go first so that Mama Auntie Lynn does the conclusion because she's got a sweet way of doing that, guys. I'm the crazy one, she's the sweet one. She takes her time to fix things well. So it's better she closes up really neatly. Guys, we thank you so much. I think you are the reason why we come here. You make us want to come like every day, guys. So keep on coming. Let's just build this family, and I believe it's going to take us places. Believe me, the time we spend here is just quality time well spent. There's nothing better than being where just at the right place where you're supposed to be doing the right thing. Thank you guys for coming. Continue to share. And when you share, remember to help the person you share with to give them the link to see what product they have so that they continue joining this movement. It is something that, like the CEO says, nobody will be left behind. And our arms are this open to embrace anybody who sees the vision and wants to hop in. Auntie Lynn.
Yes. we really appreciate you guys being here because we think that the world needs to hear from these wonderful humanitarian guests that we have. I mean, they are awesome, they're special, their stories are compelling, and their causes, they just tug at your heart, because no matter what, we are all from maybe different places, different cultures, we're different ages, we're all unique, but what do we have in common? Comfort and grace. What do we have in common? We all have a heart for the world, right? For humanity. So this
Yes.
show is all about that. We're highlighting humanity, and we will make sure that we provide you with guests that have something good to share, where we're going to all benefit from their stories. And so every week we're here on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And I try to post the time conversions for different areas around the world so that we want a very diverse array of people coming to our show because we hear your voice. We highlight your comments because what you say matters to us, and you have such good ideas, and it just blows my mind what I get out of this show personally just by reading the comments. They just fill my heart with just a lot of love and gratitude, really, and appreciation. So be sure to join us every week for Insights with Lynn and Comfort. And we want to thank Mama Grace. She did a great job of presenting her life and what she does. And she's a role model to every one of us. I would like to be just like Mama Grace. So thank you all for being here. Know that this show today was posted on various YouTube channels. It's on Marty DeGarmo's YouTube channel, Comfort Conference YouTube channel, my channel, which is Lynn Nakamoto's channel. It is also posted now in the Facebook group. It's called On Passive Nation. So you be sure to join that group. There's a lot of good posts and content in that group as well. I hope I didn't miss anything, but we want to spread the good news about who is doing humanitarian work. So be sure to share the link. So we have this recorded, right, on all our YouTube channels. You can click the share button and you share it with friends, family, share it in groups that you belong to on social media. That's how we're going to get the word out of what ONPASSIVE is doing and how much of an impact it's going to make on humanity. So thank you very much, Comfort. Thank you very much, Mom Grace. And thank you most of all to you, the people who are here today, actively chatting and showing your heart and your passion for humanity and for ONPASSIVE. We'll see you again next week, right? We'll see each other.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye. See you soon. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye. Thanks.